Breaking AI news. Microsoft and OpenAI have finalized a definitive partnership, and OpenAI has converted into a public benefit corporation. I will show you 3 clauses that unlock trustworthy agents before the 6-minute mark. Stay for the quiet change regulators wanted and the one move rivals must copy. This deal can change how your work gets done by Friday. 1. The fuse that was lit before today. Chat stopped being the whole story when systems began to plan, act, and check their own work. First came fluent writing, then browsing, files, and tool use. Then agentic loops that turn a helpful assistant into a capable teammate. The teammate does not just suggest steps. It takes them, shows a draft, asks what to fix, and tries again. Across the year, that shift moved from research labs into products people use every day. The barrier was not imagination, but everything around the model. Agents need predictable compute, clear permissions, transparent logs, and a governance story you can take to a client, a board, or compliance. A fragile demo is a party trick. A dependable agent touches invoices, calendars, purchase orders, emails, and customer records. No serious company approves that unless foundations are solid and rules are legible. Today's Qwen announcements address that reality. A definitive agreement sets rules of the road for how Microsoft and OpenAI build, ship, and support. It clarifies rights, access, and long-horizon cooperation so teams can plan without guessing about capacity or terms. In parallel, OpenAI's conversion to a public benefit corporation writes mission into the charter and prioritizes health, safety, and resilience. Pair the two and you get alignment. Cloud runway meets governance. Roadmaps become reliable. This alignment is not academic. It is the difference between tinkering on weekends and turning agents loose on Monday to clear, brittle, boring work. It is the difference between ad hoc scripts that break and a teammate that improves with each correction. It is a signal that capability is leaving the lab and entering the calendar with infrastructure and oversight behind it. There is still one blocker enterprises will not tolerate, and it decides whether agents ship this quarter. 2. The agent under the hood. Strip away buzzwords. An agent takes a goal, drafts a plan, executes steps across your tools, evaluates results against constraints, and loops until you approve. The novelty is not that it can write an email or draw a chart. The novelty is that it can decide to open the spreadsheet, clean the data, generate the chart, paste it into a deck, compress the file so it will not bounce, and send the email with a crisp summary and a next step request to the right recipients. Start with goal intake. The clearer your objective and constraints, the more precise the plan. For example, say, combine these CSVS, remove duplicates, plot month over month, and send a 200-word brief to finance by 3. The agent decomposes the goal, chooses tools, and allocates steps. It might use a loader, a transformer, a plotting library, and a mail connector. If a file is missing, it asks. If a constraint is violated, it adjusts. Move to execution. The agent acts on a virtual desktop or through secure connectors. It clicks, types, fetches, saves, and hands you artifacts to review. You are the editor-in-chief who approves, annotates, or rejects. The agent learns from feedback and tries again. Over time, the loop tightens. Fewer questions, faster drafts, better defaults. 2 design choices define this moment now. First, the execution loop is native, so the handoff from thinking to doing is fast and observable. Second, the ecosystem around the agent is opening. Vendors expose safe, atomic actions that carry permissions and logs. Finance can publish reconcile. CRM can publish create opportunity. BI can publish refresh dashboard. And slides can publish render deck. The agent composes these like Lego bricks that snap into useful sequences. Safety scaffolding rides with the magic. Expect explicit scopes, human checkpoints on sensitive actions, and audit trails that let security trace what happened and why. Expect reliability work too, lower latency, sturdier error handling, and quiet improvements that make the agent feel like a colleague, not a demo. Even a conservative 15% cut in prep time on weekly workflows is roughly an extra workday every month. Write goals like a manager. Include outcome, constraint, deadline, and recipient. Save one default plan and iterate. Next, real workflows you can copy today. But one design choice can still break this, and you will hear it in part 3. 3. When the agent touches real life. Here is the change that convinces security teams, plus a simple challenge that will shape our next video. Picture a solo creator on Monday. They tell the agent, pull my top 10 posts, find gaps around the Microsoft plus OpenAI story and agent workflows, draft 3 long scripts and 15 short hooks, put the drafts on my calendar, and give me thumbnail lines. The agent connects to analytics, surfaces gaps, drafts in the channel's voice, cuts hooks for shorts, and schedules reminders. The creator edits for taste and timing. A week of content becomes a review session, not a scramble. Now picture a finance analyst. They hand over invoices and purchase orders with a clear objective: reconcile, flag anomalies above 2%, write a one-page overview for leadership, and draft vendor emails with exact line references. The agent normalizes formats, runs rules, builds a clean table, writes the memo, and drafts emails with placeholders for tone. The analyst fixes 2 edge cases and approves the rest. In customer support, a lead asks for labeling, metrics, macros with guardrails, and a short training snippet. The agent delivers, first reply time falls, and quality rises. In education, a teacher says, build a 12-slide lecture, 3 discussion prompts that go beyond recall, and a mini quiz with answer keys. The agent summarizes with citations, creates slides, proposes prompts, and produces the quiz. The teacher keeps nuance and voice. The agent erases busy work. Personal life fits too. Ask for a 2-week plan that respects your calendar, workouts, and grocery budget. The agent builds meals that match constraints, groups the list by aisle, schedules workouts in realistic slots, and sends a morning digest. You retain control, but friction melts. Pilot one workflow this week. Track time saved and error rate so you can judge ROI with your own data. Comment 1 word to pick next week's build: invoicing, outreach, or research. These wins do not matter if security says no. Part 4 tackles that. 4. What insiders are whispering and why it matters. Talk to a security leader and you will hear 4 words that unlock agents inside a company: visibility, permissions, escalation, logs. Without those, an agent pressing buttons is a risk no one accepts. With those, the same agent becomes a policy-governed workflow that saves time and reduces errors. The public benefit charter and a definitive partnership signal that the builders understand this. They are doing the political work that lets technical work cross into production. Here's a short risk reality check. First risk: hallucinated actions. The agent acts on a wrong assumption and sends or files the wrong thing. Mitigation: scope actions tightly, require explicit confirmation on high-impact steps, and keep a human in the loop for external messages and anything that touches money. Second risk: permission overrun. The agent tries to use a capability it should not. Mitigation: role-based scopes, granular allow lists, and hard stops that require manual escalation. Third risk: weak auditability. No one can reconstruct what happened. Mitigation: immutable logs, clear traces of approvals, and routine audits. CIOs ask why pilots stall. The honest answer is compute uncertainty, contractual ambiguity, and integration friction. Definitive long-term alignment addresses all 3. When capacity is predictable, rights are documented, and integration roadmaps are public, the journey from proof of concept to rollout looks less like a leap and more like a set of stairs. Investors see distribution and moat. A stable path to train, serve, and ship agent features across clouds and devices creates a moat that copycats struggle to cross and invites a healthy developer ecosystem. Product leaders care about interoperability. An agent becomes far more useful when every tool in the stack exposes safe, atomic actions. Reconcile from finance, create opportunity from CRM, refresh dashboard from BI, render deck from slides. The agent composes these like Lego. Each block carries scopes, logs, and checkpoints. Today's terms include an independent expert review step for major capability claims. Public benefit status places the mission in the charter. The deal also clarifies long horizon rights and serious compute commitments. That is why risk teams listen. Define scopes and logs now. Pick the first low-risk button the agent can press this quarter. Up next, a 90-day roadmap you can steal. 5. The path from hype to habit. Here is a realistic 90-day roadmap you can steal and run with. Month 1, pick one low-risk workflow, write the outcome, constraints, deadline, and recipients, then let the agent draft end-to-end while you critique results. Track time saved and error rate so you have a baseline. Tighten prompts and acceptance criteria each iteration. Aim for one measurable improvement per loop. Month 2, expand to 2 teams with role-based scopes, immutable logs, and explicit confirmations on sensitive actions. Publish a one-page policy so everyone understands the guardrails. Add a short review ritual where one person audits 5 randomly selected agent actions each week. Capture common failure modes and turn them into rules. Add one integration that removes a copy-paste step and watch latency drop. Month 3, add an agent QA reviewer. Publish your playbook and connect one more system so the agent can complete the last mile without manual copying. Define a red flag process for anything that touches money, customer data, or external communication. Score each workflow by tasks completed per minute and per dollar with audited accuracy. Share wins publicly to build confidence and momentum. Work is shifting from type and click to describe and approve. You will delegate outcomes, not just prompts. The agent will propose a plan, do the work, and wait for your signature. Your job shifts toward framing goals clearly, spotting subtle errors fast, and teaching the system your standards. Expect multi-agent teamwork with research, synthesis, operations, and QA agents collaborating in a shared workspace so you see each baton pass. Expect safe action catalogs with scopes and logging. The best actions will feel boring because they just work, which is exactly what you want when money moves or emails fly. Expect reliability to climb as latency drops, and hybrid deployments where sensitive tasks run on private weights while the rest ride hosted frontier models. Most importantly, expect the scoreboard to change. Buyers will judge platforms by workflow return on investment, tasks completed per dollar and per minute with audited accuracy. Even a conservative 15% cut in prep time on weekly workflows stacks into meaningful hours within a quarter. That number will decide budgets and pick winners. Features impress for a day? Turning points change your calendar. Today looks like a turning point. A definitive partnership gives agents the runway. A public benefit charter anchors the mission. Put them together, and you get tools that do the work while you make the calls. Picture this. You open your laptop to drafts finished, tickets triaged, reconciliations done, and a clean summary waiting for approval. If all you gain is a steady 15% cut in prep time, that is an extra workday every month. That is the week you are about to have if you lean in now. Subscribe, tap the bell, and drop the next workflow you want automated. Next video, I will build a starter agent pack and a scoring rubric you can copy for approvals.